Hey guys, it's the Boy, and you're not crazy. I did upload this video, but I did a lot of goofy things in it, like A, uploading the wrong video, B, having a weird rambling session about the ammo. I'm gonna be real with you. I was playing with my Optimus Prime figure while I was editing that part. So I did pull down that original video because I just didn't like the quality of it, and I'm still working on that kind of stuff. That's the main thing I'm trying to work on, is quality. It's also missing the entire section about me talking about flak being really good against lightly armored enemies, but that was mainly my fault, so not much I could do about it. Then fix it. But this is a fixed re-upload of it. It just changes a couple of things and adds the few parts that were supposed to be in the original video. So if you've seen it already, don't feel pressured to watch it. Do the autocannon. Do the autocannon. Do the autocannon. Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and today we're gonna take a look at my least favorite support weapon, but we'll get into that later. So, looking at it, we have the AC-8 Autocannon. It's a support weapon, a held pod, backpack, heavy armor penetrating, and it's stationary reload. And it has a 480-second cooldown. It's unlimited uses if that matters. So, you have the weapon on the front side of its drop pod, and the backpack on the back. And how does it handle as a weapon? Well, I'd say it has a pretty good turning radius. I mean, you just gotta keep in mind the gun drags a lot when you make wide turns, which is more visible in first person. It's like dragging my gun through molasses. And the gun has two firing modes, armor penetration and flak. One being fuck you flyers and the other being fuck you heavies. But the flak is also great for taking out lightly armored guys who like to hang out in big groups, so start splashing the enemies. Just be sure not to splash yourself because you don't want to get too close to them explosions. But if they are right on top of you and you're still using flak, you don't have to worry about it blowing up in your face because it has a weird ability to not go off at close ranges. But you can also fire this weapon at full auto speeds. I don't know why you do that because it feels like I'm shaking my entire screen with this gun. This gun handles better though when you fire it in a precision shot because you're trying to get the most out of your bullets and not spray it across the map. Get the fuck out of here! And if you hate that this gun dribbles like a basketball when you fire it, put on the fortified armor or anything that reduces recoil to help you hold it. Because I can definitely say, oh, this shit shakes a lot! And if turning the weapon's more of the problem for you, peak physique is the perfect counter for all that heavy weight. Look at the strength! Look at the power! Look at the precision! Look at the... Sorry, I may have been having too much fun there. Oh, and if you shoot the gun into the air using the new emote, you get this funny little animation of grabbing the gun at a weird angle. So, going on to the bug front, which is my least favorite faction to use this on. Going all the way up across the chaff, you have no problem killing anything like brood commanders, spewers, but I do find that it's pretty wasteful to use it on the smaller guys like scavengers. Just shoot those guys with your gun. Why would you waste an entire autocannon shell? I feel like the autocannon against the bugs works better if you just focus on specific targets that may be a problem like spewers or a charging brood commander. I feel like it's a bit wasteful to just fire it randomly at the ground and hope it kills a bunch of bugs. But just because I say I don't do it doesn't mean you can. And for our armor-clad beetle to charger, pick a leg and just keep shooting it until it dies. That same rule applies to the impaler, assuming you can't see his face. If his face guard is up, shoot a leg and keep dumping it until it's orange, and then season it a bit more with a bit more autocannon shells. But if he gets close and starts exposing that goofy-ass crown, aim for the tip and just blast it. Don't touch me. Oh, God, hate this bug. Glad I killed that. Ah, wait, what the hell? I thought he was dead! I'm glad that this is the last time I'll be using this weapon to ever fight a Bile Titan, because let me just say, this gun feels like caca to use against a Bile Titan. Maybe it would have gone smoother if I just shot his guts out, but it doesn't change the fact that he will chase me to every reload spot that I get to and try to spit or smack me. It makes me miss all the anti-tanking weapons I could have been using to one-shot him in the face. Oh, I've been treated so well. Even though it's not the best at killing the Bile Titans, it still has the capacity to do it if you're willing to dance with it. I think the best tips I can give you for it is to shoot out his guts and get underneath him and start playing the Cha-Cha Slide of Death, and then aim for his goofy-ass head. And against the flying enemies, you could just flak them out of the air. So, I mean, what am I supposed to say? But against the bugs, it can kill everything, but I could see it troubling people who are using this weapon on high difficulties because you have to sit there and reload. And on the bot front, I'd say that this weapon fares way better with the automatons than it did with the bugs, because you don't have to sit there all the time with this guy running in your face. Instead, you get these guys. Berserkers are no problem with this cannon, as it just blows their legs right from their torso. Groups of automaton hordes have also no effect on you when you have this autocannon up. The entire group of devastators are also complete jokes. You can completely bully anything like a Hulk, just ripping his arms and legs off like a child got mad at his toy. Oh, berserker jump scare. And sure, you can't destroy the top turret, but you can destroy the chin guns on the Factory Strider, and then it's basically useless, pointing at its eye, blowing it out that way. This thing is so powerful it can stop tanks from being dropped out of the sky. You can kill them before they even touch the ground. And against gunships, you can use either firing flak or the armor-piercing shell to just blast them out of the air. But on the bot front, there is nothing that it can't destroy. But moving on to the Illuminate. When the Harvester shield's down, there is nothing that this thing can do to survive a couple of shots from the autocannon. Observe as it annihilates this elevated one from reality. And its flak can be pretty useful if you really don't like having to aim against those starfish. And using it against the Illuminate voteless is just unfair. And the same goes for Overseers, because they just only have a Q-tip, man. Leave them alone. And against all the factions, you can destroy their holes by shooting it.
Oh my god, boy, it sounds so good! Why don't you like the gun?
Don't get me wrong, this weapon does amazing against all the factions, but I feel like the weapon can do a lot of things that other weapons can, but it's not a master at them all. I think I'm just more of a specialist. Like, think of it, if I wanted to bring the autocannon to anti-tank certain enemies, wouldn't I just bring the quasar cannon, or recoilless rifle, or spear if you really hate yourself, because it does the most damage. And yes, I'm comparing a generalist weapon to a specialist weapon, because if it's trying to do the job of a weapon that could take out something way quicker, it's gonna be judged by those standards. And don't get me wrong, I used this thing a lot on the automaton front, way back in the Malevelon Creek days. This support weapon sits in the absolute middle of being anti-tank and crowd control. It's the ultimate pocket knife for any weapon in any situation. But that's enough from me, you guys have a great day.